It's currently Sunday. I'm finishing my morning cup of coffee. I'm literally just in my loungewear. My hair is a mess. My face is a mess. But it's okay. I thought it'd be fun to do a what we're planning on doing the same and different with baby number 3 video. Also, if you don't make your shaken espressos at home, what are you doing? Because I started to make mine at home and they taste way better than Starbucks. So this is your sign to make them from home. Okay, so some of the things we're planning on doing the same with baby number 3 is sleep training. By sleep training, I mean you walk into the baby room, leave the baby in the crib, and you walk out, close the door, and you try to have the baby soothe themselves to sleep. Really worked well for us with our 2 other kids, and I think sleep training is one of the best things you can do for your child. I don't have anything against you if you co-sleep with your child, but personally, I feel like if I were to do that, it's just going to be harder to wean that child off of that later on, and sleep training worked really, really well for us, and that's what we're planning on doing with the 3rd baby. The next thing we're planning on doing is introducing the bottle no matter what, like even if the baby will be breastfed. I think it's still important because then when you have to leave somewhere, like let's say on vacation or for whatever other reason, I think it's important to have the baby be on a bottle because then it's just going to be easier for you and you're going to have peace of mind. No matter what, we're going to try to introduce the bottle within like the first few weeks just to have the baby get the hang of it. The last thing is start solid food at 6 months. We did that with both of the other kids, and honestly I feel like 4 months is a little too early, even though some pediatricians recommend you do 4 months. All the baby needs at 4 months is breast milk, so I feel like maybe purees like here and there, but we started at 6 months with our other 2, and I think we're gonna try that with this baby because 6 months is like the ideal time, I feel like, to start. Okay, one thing we're gonna try to do different is try to transition her out of her swaddle earlier. Austin and Isla both got out of their swaddles, I think, around 4 months, and I think that was a little bit too late because then the baby is bigger and then it's harder. I feel like no matter how you're weaning off your child, like let's say you're weaning them off of breastfeeding or like whatever you're doing to wean off your child, I feel like it just gets harder with the baby's age and size. So we're gonna try to transition her out of her swaddle around 2 months. For example, just have her nap in her sleep sack most of the time and then still be swaddled for other naps, but just have her transition earlier because then it's just going to be harder to transition her later on, and then that's not going to be fun. So just have her feel more free earlier on. The other thing I want to try to do different is introduce her to a more variety of unique foods. Austin and Isla, I did introduce them to a good variety of food, but Austin is really, really picky right now, and Isla is definitely not as picky as him. She is more like down to try new food, and she definitely eats more different foods than him, but they're overall like a pretty picky group of kids. So we're gonna try to introduce her to new foods a little bit more, give her like more variety of veggies like bell pepper, peas, eggs. Since my kids don't like eggs right now, my goal is to have this baby really like eggs. So that's the goal, try to introduce her to more of a bigger variety of food and to just see how it goes. Last thing I'm trying to do is exclusively breastfeed. Austin and Isla were not breastfed, and it kind of sucks, but at the same time it all comes down to what is best for you and your baby. So I was satisfied that they were bottle fed because I knew exactly how much they were eating, but I still want to experience the whole breastfeeding journey and experience. So I'm gonna try to exclusively breastfeed while introducing the bottle at the same time within like the first few weeks. That is just what we're planning on doing differently and the same. But yeah, other than that, I guess we're just gonna see how the baby is. You'll never know until the baby is here. We're just gonna go with the flow. But yeah, that is just some of the things, I guess. Anyways, I'm just so excited to meet her already. But yeah,